Leading up to that final, did you receive any advice? There's enough UFC fighters in the gym for advice to go around. Did you receive anything from any of the guys that are already in there?
I think a lot of the advice that I get is really that really helps me is from my mum. Yeah. She doesn't fight. She doesn't like. I mean, I guess doesn't follow it, but she knows like the kind of mindset you have to have. She would just tell me like, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. Just focus and tell yourself and believe in yourself that you're gonna win.
Joining us today, UFC Bantamweight Lawrence Lui. Kia ora, Lawrence. Welcome to the show.
Kia ora. Good to
First
be
of
here.
all, just as I was saying, congratulations on all the success, all the hard work paid off for you.
Yeah. Still more to come.
Absolutely. Look, I want to take you back to that moment when your name was called, with that split decision win, because I feel like although, a fight is painful, I feel like that when you're waiting for your name to be called from a split decision, that's pretty painful as well. Talk to us about that moment with so much on the line, waiting for a split decision.
I thought I had done enough. I knew it was a close fight. And shit, yeah, I just envisioned. I just prayed to whatever God was above, and hoped that whatever I did was enough for the judges, and sure enough, it was.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great fight. I feel like you're always at war in your fights as well. They never come easy. But of course, being the final of Road to UFC, you always knew it was going to be hard. The opponent you had was a favorite coming through as well. There were a few eyes on him, and you were able to pip him at the post. Look, when you got that decision, that split decision, and you just dropped to the ground, it looked like, celebration. It looked like relief. It looked like all your dreams had come true in that moment. Describe that feeling.
Well, it's pretty hard to put into words, eh? It was like everything that I have, all the work that I've done over the past 10 years, like it all just came through, and like all the, I guess, all the trials and tribulations and all the ups and downs and all of the other stuff that has gone on, it just all in one, like, yeah.
Let's go! Holy shit. Holy fucking... my body hurts like shit. Yeah, like, I'm happy with it. I'm maybe B+, B. Coming from like an Asian background, I'll never give myself an A.
It was just elation. Yeah, there was some relief, but just happy. I was just happy.
Yeah. Well, even when we were catching up, before the quarterfinal, before the semi-final, and you were talking about, what this meant, and you had your family on the road with you a little bit. Your brother was able to be involved with things. So obviously this goes beyond city kickboxing, although that is core of it, where you do all the hard work. But I mean, what does this mean for you and your family, for them as well, knowing the sacrifice you've done over these 10 years?
Oh, they've sacrificed a lot for me as well. Like, as you know, you don't really make money from the sport until you get here, and they've kind of I guess, how do you say it, been freeloading off them.
Yeah, fair enough. You're like, oh, finally, maybe you can pay us back now.
Yeah. That was my turn.
Yeah. Even when I hear, your team behind you saying if there was, anyone deserving of this moment, it was absolutely you. Absolute testament to the work that you've put in. But, to do it in that style, to do it with anticipation from start to finish, and to do it on a pay-per-view card, was it another event and you just zoned into that, into that moment fighting your opponent, or was the occasion as big as we all saw it was from the outside?
Um, yeah, it was pretty big. It was a big event. I knew it was. I was trying to zone in as much as I could. Like in the same manner I did in the August fight,
Mm.
but there was like that thing on the back of my in the back of my mind, like saying, "Oh, this is an actual pay-per-view card. This was a I guess this is a big event." And yeah, once Bruce, that was the first time Bruce Buffer was announcing me. Once Bruce announced us, then I really started to lock in, like really tune out the crowd, tune out everything else.
Yeah, and then obviously start tuning in to what Eugene and Brogan had for you in terms of instruction. It's something else that I wanted to talk to you about, actually. Brogan Anderson being there on the world stage as well alongside you at a big UFC event, really coming into his own as a coach now. Talk
Yeah.
about this journey alongside Brogan. You two, there's a pic of you two after the
Oh yeah.
fight with each other, and it looks really, really special.
Yeah, he's my flatmate. I live with it, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've been when he decided to move into this new place next to the gym, he asked me and I said yes. This was in 2023, end of 23. And yeah, like since then he's been not just a coach but a good friend of mine. He's
Mm,
just a good person, and like he's always trying to help everyone at the gym. And he's got a real obsession with the sport and like the technique and strategy. Same with the same obsession I guess Huge has, and it really helps the whole team.
mm. How important has that been for your journey, bro? Because to be at the gym and getting the work in and having the conversations. I mean, I know at home you're not always talking about, oh, who knows, you might be. But how much has that helped you to have that flow from home to gym to help get to where you are now?
Throughout this road to UFC, like he has been a massive part of the game planning
Mm.
in my fight. So I would I give a lot of credit to him.
Yeah. What is it about Brogan that resonates with you? Because, you can go through a few coaches and you're just like, oh yeah, you take it here and there, or you take it at, whatever. But what is it about Brogan that resonates with you as a fighter?
We've got the same, I guess. We're on the same side of the spectrum in terms of autism,
There
and
you
I
go.
guess our ability to hyper focus on specifics of technique and strategy and fighting.
Yeah. No, nice one. And what was it like coming home? What was the reception like for you once you got back to New Zealand after being in Sydney?
Um, yeah, just got a bunch of people like saying congratulations at the gym, and like a bit of a I guess I came into sparring the next day. I had to leave like the next morning. Um,
Mm.
got a round of applause, and then everyone just went back to sparring.
The novelty wore off pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, hey man. No, but that's awesome. Then that's what you want, right? Your team support. Because at the end of the day, they've helped you, sharpen your tools to be
100%.
able to
Yeah.
do what you're doing. Yeah. What is it like to be New Zealand's first bantamweight in the UFC?
I don't know if it's like really sunk in yet. Hey, like I don't I've said this on with other people. I don't think this will sink in until maybe after or before my first fight, first UFC fight.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm like late especially in the first couple of weeks, I had to really remind myself, or like as I'm driving, I'll be like, oh shit, I'm a UFC fighter now.
Yeah.
And that still hasn't really, yeah, as I said, it hasn't really sunk in, but um that it's just a title for me. It doesn't change my approach to training. It doesn't change how hard my I guess obsession with the sport.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you joined quite an elite club of firsts, and I've been very fortunate to be able to speak to all of them. James Tehuna, our first ever New Zealander in the UFC. Dylan the Villain Andrews, the first ever on the Ultimate Fighter. Israel Adesanya, our first New Zealand champion. Dana White Contender Series. Absolutely would have been Carlos. And you of the first 4 Road to UFC. So it's an elite group. And no one could ever take that away from you, because now we see Road to UFC is gaining a bit of momentum now, looking at the next series, and it's a viable way to get in. And I feel like you were part of that catalyst group that put Road to UFC on the map.
It was the first season that they opened up for Aussies and Kiwis, and I just took the bull by the horns and just dominated it. I guess I didn't really dominate it, but like just won it.
Yeah. Yeah, because not a grueling way to go about it, but it's a bit more unconventional when you look at the ways in which other people have joined the UFC. There's all these different avenues, whereas you have to prepare, to have 3 successful fights before you even get a look into the UFC. So do you class yourself as, well and truly earned that spot, rather than, just one day someone appears in the UFC?
I think I earned the spot. I earned it.
Mm.
I mean, it's a I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty tough way to do it. Like having to win 3 fights in a row. Like you have basically 3 camps in a row, and each camp you're just getting more and more injured and more tired, I guess. But like the focus and the stakes kind of offset that the effect that those have on you.
True, because when you think about even the most active fighter within the UFC probably isn't fighting as much as you were to get a UFC contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard work, all right. How was your body? How was your mind and your body by the time you got to that Road to UFC final?
I had a few like niggles here and there, but I just didn't. The mind was so sharp. I didn't let any of that affect me. I just told myself if it doesn't change anything, I'm still gonna win it. And yeah, I think that's what this tournament has helped me. This tournament has helped my mind, like, really grow as a fighter. I'm a completely different fighter than I was last year before the tournament. I don't even think Lawrence of February 2025 could hold a candle to me right now.
And that's what you want, right? That's what you
Yeah.
want. You want and need that progress.
Yeah.
Mm. And I mean, you'll be 30 years old this year?
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, I will
Yeah, in
be.
August. Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
did that. Well, there you go. Made it into the UFC before you turned 30. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
No, that's great. But, you're in now. I don't really feel like your mind would change at all, but does it? Like what's your train of thought now that you're off that mode of I have to win the next fight to get the UFC contract? What is the mindset now?
It's still the same as before. I take every day, just one day at a time, and each day I'm getting 1%, or even if I'm getting 0.1% better, I'm still getting better. I'm still aiming for to be the best version of myself as I can be. And that doesn't change whether I'm in the UFC, whether I'm not, whether I'm fighting or whether I'm not. Like outside of fighting, life outside of fighting, I aim to be the best version of myself, and I try to be better than I was yesterday.
I love that. And I feel like that is life advice, not even fight advice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, life is. The sport has taught me life is all about life is fighting. Fighting is life. Um, there's a lot of life lessons that the sport has taught me, and this one of the big ones is this one.
Yeah. Look, you have mentioned in other interviews that you want to get on that Macau card later on in the year. How determined are you? Are you any closer to getting your wish?
It's a work in progress.
Just keep tagging them every single day, usually
Yeah.
when you hound them. But, what will you want to do in Macau? Have you even thought ahead? I know you're in the UFC, you've had this, amazing moment, but a debut, that's, a step up again.
Yeah. What I would want to do in Macau, I would have to brush up my Chinese and both Mandarin and Cantonese in the next few months, and yeah, other than that, like I haven't thought too much about it. Just thought about the
When you
next.
how much have you watched that last fight you had, that road to UFC final?
A couple times that week, the week afterwards.
Mhm.
Um, I did get hit a lot, and but I was pretty proud of just. I guess I had to pull the wind out of my ass again. Pretty proud
No.
of that.
Pure technique, pure skill. No, no, but, like, so good to be able to get that moment for yourself, looking ahead to a debut now and looking back on those fights. Where I was going with that was when you have watched those fights, or even thinking back to that fight, because, there's sometimes you just have those moments where you're just like, yeah, that moment, or, thinking back to that fight. What is something that you would want to improve, or do you think you can build from that you recognized in that fight?
I mean, this is something that happens in all of my fights. I'm a pretty slow starter.
Mm,
But that's kind of just my style. Like I really have to get the person's timing and the person's like get my reads.
mm,
I would like to be able to start a bit quicker. Other than that, when I got him stuck, when he was like stuck in the on the cage, when he was just not really fighting my hands, he was like kneeling on the ground. I was a bit lost because he wasn't really giving me much to work with.
yeah.
So I would like to work on like just advancing that position, if they're not giving me any reactions, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of the speed difference, there's not much I can do with that. That's just God-given
Just
gift.
try and increase your own.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was not blessed with that sort of athleticism, but I make up for it with technique and my strategy and my dog
Mm.
and a dog.
Absolute heart, bro. Obviously, like how I mentioned before, that when you watch a Lawrence Lui fight, it's action packed start to finish, and you need a lot of heart to be able to stay in it. Um, to see that to the end and get the result, which you have been on quite a tear through your professional career. 8-1.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, 8-1. That's really impressive. And a beautiful record to go into the UFC with. And, I did see in your record, there was that break after 2022. And then since you've come back, you've been undefeated since then. So was there a change of mindset, or was there a, some sort of click for you that when you came back after that was a pivotal moment for your career?
yeah. I think in 2022, I really had to. I was a little bit lost. I think I
Mm.
was. I thought by the time I'd be a pro fighter, I'd be like, oh, all my life is in order. But no, it was still kind of. I was still kind of wayward. And then after 2022, I just really re I wouldn't say reevaluated, but I guess you could say reevaluated. Um, and really just doubled down on my focus on the sport, and that the results of that is shown, and not just in training or fighting, like outside of fighting, like doing just doing extra, I guess, things outside of it,
Yeah.
um little extra hobbies, I guess. um yeah.
Is that important? Is that important to have a life outside of the gym?
Yes.
Yeah.
I That was one of the things in that time period where I was like still feel kind of empty.
Mm.
um but as much as you want to put all your eggs in one basket in fighting, you have to do things outside of it, just to have a different perspective. Um, yeah, put a lot of thought into it, but I can't really. I find it difficult to put it into words.
Yeah. Well, it's paying off for you,
Yeah,
whatever it was. Yeah, it's paying off immensely. So kudos to you for being able to do that. Some people, well, a lot of people, a lot of fighters would step away and maybe never come back. We've seen a lot of fighters step away and not come back, you know?
Whoops. Right. No, didn't spill. Sorry.
No, you're all right. You're all right. I wanted to ask you, leading up to that final, did you receive any advice? There's enough UFC fighters in the gym for advice to go around. Did you receive anything from any of the guys that are already in there?
I probably did, but it was probably the same advice that I would be telling myself, so they were just reinforcing what like I already knew. I think a lot of the advice that I get is really that really helps me is from my mum. Yeah. She doesn't fight. She doesn't like I mean, I guess doesn't follow it, but she knows like the kind of mindset you have to have. Um, and like whatever like injury or whatever things going outside of training was going on, she would just tell me like it is what it is. It doesn't matter. Just focus and tell yourself and believe in yourself that you're gonna win.
I love that. I love that. Mums just absolutely know best. And there's
Yeah.
just a special, I have 2 sons of my own, and there is just something different with a mum and their son. It just hits different.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's a cool little piece of advice. When you were getting ready to walk out, what were the last words from Brogan and Eugene before you walked through the curtain? If
Before I remember what they said in the cage. I remember what Jude said in the cage or before I walked out. He just said just meat. He said meat and potatoes. Just outdog the guy and stay in his face and yeah,
what
kind
does
of
meat
did
and
that. He's a bit more. I would say he's a lot more like flashy than I was. I guess meat and potatoes is just keep the stay with the basics and just mix everything up. I guess.
I
Yeah,
love that. Meat and potatoes, the basics. Yeah.
yeah. Basics, fundamentals win fights.
Nice, nice. Well, Mikhail's in May
Yeah,
now?
end of
May?
May.
Yep. Yep. So what do you do from here till then? I know you're obviously still training, still sharpening up and things like that, but what does it look like to you now that you don't have anything yet set in stone?
Just training. I'm just training because I like training
Mm-hmm.
and keeping fit with whatever like out of camp conditioning and out of camp strength and just train whatever I can do.
Nice. Stay ready.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, Lawrence, Shuriken Fight Series. Now, you were the former Shuriken Bantamweight champion. You've been on that stage, a few times now. March the 7th will be SFS 23. You'll probably be there, maybe even cornering. You got enough teammates on that
Yeah.
card as well. And I had the pleasure of catching up with some of the amateur fighters this week. I wondered if you had any advice for aspiring fighters who take to a stage like Shuriken Fight Series, especially, considering the platform is now streamed on UFC Fight Pass, which you have been a recipient of. But yeah, did you have any advice for fighters coming through and using that same stage that you once used?
Like for the fight itself or just in general?
Maybe a tip or a hack that you've used over the years to get out there, hype yourself up and perform the way you did, winning a title?
Whatever works for me, it might not work for you. Find whatever works for yourself. And just stay in the gym. Stay in the gym, train, keep an open mind, keep your canvas blank. Take whatever your coaches say, or teach you, and just keep going forward.
Spoken like a true hard worker, Lawrence Lui, that we have come to know and love.
Thank you.
Look, Lawrence, thank you so much for your time. All the very best moving forward, and I'm pretty sure we'll see you on that Macau card. Surely just keep manifesting.
Yeah, we'll do.